Hello and welcome to episode 17 of Video Game Easter Eggs, the series where we take a look at some of gaming's coolest Easter eggs, with the only rule being they cannot have featured on my channel before. In today's video, we make some spooky discoveries in DreadOut 2, we pet a cat in Katana Zero, and we take a trip to a familiar racetrack in Road Redemption. As always, if you think you know of an Easter egg that I'm yet to cover, then the best place to let me know is in the comments section or on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Oh, and if you enjoy this series, then a like is hugely appreciated. First up though, I'd like to thank Archosaur Games for sponsoring today's video. Archosaur recently released the story-driven MMORPG Dragon Raja. Dragon Raja is a futuristic high fantasy game released for Android and iOS using Unreal Engine 4. When approached with this sponsorship, I wanted to know why Archosaur thought that my channel was a good fit for the game, and they explained that Dragon Raja is packed with Easter eggs and small details. So I decided to see if they were true to their word. And you know what? They weren't lying. Almost everything in Dragon Raja can be interacted with, whether it's a guitar or a basketball, the chances are that you can mess around with it in some way. Oh, and as for Easter eggs, I found this when exploring the opening area, and I'm sure you guys know what this is referencing. Now, having Easter eggs and details is great of course, but what about the game itself? Well, Dragon Raja combines a huge and varied open world, real-time combat with multiple special moves at your disposal, jaw-dropping graphics, and a gripping story to create one of the best MMORPGs available on mobile devices today. When all is said and done, Dragon Raja is free, so why not check it out for yourself to see just how detailed this game really is. My download link is in the description, along with a link to the Dragon Raja subreddit, which has been really helpful when it comes to getting to grips with the game. Every download supports this channel, so every click on the link is much appreciated. Thanks once again to Archosaurus Games and Dragon Raja for sponsoring this video, and without further delay, let's get started. So up first is a game that is still in early access, but one that is looking very promising. Bright Memory is a first-person shooter that reminds me a lot of the more recent Shadow Warrior games, mixed with a bit of Bulletstorm, with guns not the only way to take down enemies. Along with the usual assortment of guns, you are also equipped with a sword and various supernatural abilities too, which keeps the combat feeling fresh. It's definitely an early access game that's worth keeping an eye on. Now, despite its likeness to Shadow Warrior and Bulletstorm, the Easter egg in Bright Memory references another game entirely. During the early parts of the game, you can find this. So finding a sword in a bonfire is nothing new in video games, but Bright Memory goes one step further and adds the bonfire lit text on screen too. In case you didn't know, this is a reference to the Dark Souls series where bonfires are used as places of rest. So I'm going to make it my mission to try and include a Pennywise, Titanic or Back to the Future Easter egg in every episode of this series released in 2020. Mainly just to show how overused those particular Easter eggs are. This week's entry comes from Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Ubisoft and Nintendo's XCOM clone that's surprisingly good. Near Peach's castle, you can find this. So this is the flux capacitor from Back to the Future.
A picture in my head, a picture of this. This is what makes time travel possible. The flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor?
Also, the display on the washing machine is similar to the display on the dashboard of Doc's time-travelling DeLorean. So if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you'll have seen me post a couple of clips of this next game over the past week with the simple caption of Nope. DreadOut 2 is a third-person horror game where you banish ghosts using your smartphone. The smartphone is actually pretty cool, allowing you to see ghosts that are walking amongst the living, and it's using the smartphone we can find this next Easter egg. Oh, and I'd just like to thank Hewster for helping with these Easter eggs. At the time of recording, Hewster has already uploaded more Easter eggs from DreadOut 2, so go and check his channel out, their link is in the description. So the first Easter egg from DreadOut 2 is this. Told you this game was creepy. This ghost is only visible when using the phone, so it's very easy to miss. This next Easter egg will do little to calm the nerves either. All I'm going to say is pay attention to the windows. The final Easter egg from DreadOut 2, well in this video at least, is actually pretty sad. At the cemetery you can spot this. So the young girl is mourning her cat, who seems to be comforting her in ghost form. As I said, Huster has already uploaded even more DreadOut 2 Easter eggs on his channel, so be sure to check them out. So in the last episode of this series, I asked you all to let me know if you knew of any Easter eggs in World of Tanks Blitz that I didn't cover, and as always, you guys came up with the goods. First up, let's take a trip back to the recently released Hellas map and try to anger a god. So shooting at the door that I did will cause lightning to appear over the temple. This is of course a reference to the Greek god of thunder, Zeus. The next two Easter eggs reference the incredible TV show Breaking Bad, the first of which is this. So the pizza found on the roof is a reference to this scene from the show. The other Breaking Bad reference is the RV, which can be spotted way off in the distance spewing smoke. Of course, Jesse and Walter cooked meth in an RV, which was often seen with smoke bellowing out the top of it. These final few Easter eggs are found on the Rockfield map and reference the Lord of the Rings. First up, we can find this. So this is of course Saruman's instantly recognisable staff. The other Lord of the Rings reference on Rockfield is the ring itself, which can be found on the opposite side of the map to the staff. Now a lot of people mentioned a giant sandworm that could be found on the Desert Sands map, but after much testing it appears it's been removed from the game. A few of you guys even tried it as well and confirmed that it wasn't in the game anymore, which is a shame. But there is a strange creature we can find on the Winter Malinovka map, trapped underneath the ice. This Easter egg reminds me of the alien Easter egg from GTA 5, but I'm sure it's just a coincidence. So as you probably know, I record all of my Easter eggs myself, unless I give credit like I did with Huster earlier in this video. This can lead to me playing games I hadn't bothered checking out before, and while sometimes that can be a bad thing, I'm looking at you Bear Simulator, sometimes it can lead to me finding a game that I really enjoy, like Katana Zero. Katana Zero is a 2D hack and slash game developed by ASCIIsoft. It has a lot in common with Hotline Miami with fast-paced action and insta-death, but Katana Zero just about edges out Hotline Miami because you can do this. Well, when you're done petting cats, if you head to chapter 5, you can find this robot who has a special message for you. So this message is written in binary code, and when translated it reads, "Sorry, no Easter eggs," which is weird because the message itself is an Easter egg. The final Easter egg in today's video comes from Road Redemption. Now if you played the classic Road Rash, you'll be right at home here as you whack, stab and kick your rivals to gain an edge. Whilst the game does have a pretty light-hearted tone, I definitely wasn't expecting to find this next Easter egg. After completing the game, you'll be taken here.
At least we can afford the best guns now.
Yup, it's Rainbow Road from the Mario Kart series, but instead of red shells and banana peels, you can use machine guns and baseball bats to even the odds. So that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, then a like is really appreciated, and if you are a fan of this series, then I will leave a link in the description for all the episodes released so far. If you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.